Hello lovelies! Welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm here with the niche edition of my fall fragrance lineup, you guys. I did the designer edition of it. I will link it up here and down in the description box. If you missed it, make sure to go check that one out. I shared 20 designer fragrances with you, so make sure to check that one out. Now, I promised you that I would bring the niche version of that video, so here I am. I am just starting to wear them, you guys. Oh, I could not wait to pull them out because fall fragrances are the best, you guys. They're usually amazing in performance. That's the type of fragrances that you want to wear in the fall, with very strong fragrance notes that you cannot wear in any other time of the year, you know? So let's jump right into it. So before we get started with the video, please take a second to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and ring that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload. Sometimes I have surprise videos on Fridays. Usually I upload Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, you guys, but sometimes I have a surprise video on Friday, so you will miss out on all of that if you don't hit that notification bell. Just subscribing isn't enough anymore, you guys. YouTube rules. Anyway, let's check out these amazing niche fragrances for fall. So I'm going to start with a fragrance that I cannot wait for fall to come around to wear, you guys. This screams fall. It's like the quintessential fall fragrance. It is none other than Kilian Eixir. You guys, I look forward to wearing this fragrance in the fall. This is such a beautiful fragrance, you guys. It's very warm, you know, warm, spicy, warm fragrance. It's very woody, it's sweet, it's boozy from the boozy note that's in here. There's cognac in here, as we all know. I just love the spiciness that's in here from that, you know, cinnamon. It goes really well with the other fragrance notes. There's something lactonic about this fragrance, like a little bit of milkiness that comes from the praline, which is really nice. It adds that gorgeous kind of like milky undertone to this fragrance with that booziness. It's a very aromatic, slightly powdery fragrance as well. It's got a big dose of vanilla, which I love. It's a gorgeous kind of boozy vanilla fragrance, and it's super, super aromatic. So I just really like this fragrance. It's quite a different, unique fragrance. This is completely unisex, by the way. You know, this is one of those 50-50 fragrances, you know, like it's right in the middle, like women and men can wear this. This is a gorgeous gourmand, you guys. I just love it, and I love the fact it's so boozy. Fall is the time to pull out your gourmands, you guys. Gourmand fragrances are usually not great for, you know, hot weather, depending on what kind of gourmand it is. If it's like a soft gourmand, maybe you can wear in other seasons, but usually, as a rule of thumb, gourmand fragrances really work in the colder months, starting in fall. I particularly love this for the fall more than the winter. Something about fall and winter weather is different, you guys. Like, I tend to have a separate set of fragrances for winter, but I do wear some of the fall ones in the winter as well. But some of the winter fragrances I don't wear in the fall, you know, if you know what I mean. So this has that gorgeous cognac, like in the opening, it opens with that beautiful boozy cognac. It has a nice dose of cinnamon. You can smell the cinnamon. And then there's tonka bean in this fragrance and vanilla, so it's very vanilla heavy. There's like oak for a woody note, which is amazing. It kind of makes it smell like aged brandy or aged some kind of liquor. And it has that gorgeous praline in the base, you guys, which makes this very gourmand, and it gives it a slight lactonic vibe too. And there's sandalwood with that sensual touch. This is such a beautiful fragrance, and men and women can both wear it. It screams fall. If this is not the perfect fall fragrance, I don't know what it is. This is Kilian Eixir. And you guys, I have a new fall favorite that I'm just starting to wear. This is amazing. It's also from the same Kilian Liquors collection. So there are 4 fragrances in the Kilian Liquors collection. This is one of the latest ones. This is Kilian Apple Brandy on the Rocks. You guys, this one is really gorgeous. It's, I love the way this smells. This really was a pleasant surprise to me because this is not what I expected it to be in a very good way. The moment I heard the name Apple Brandy, I kind of like, oh, they just did something else, kind of similar to Angel's Share, maybe with like even more cinnamon and apple. You say apple, you think cinnamon, like, oh, they're gonna do like the obvious thing. You know, that's what I kind of imagined, but it's not at all what it is, which I am so happy about. You guys, this is also very much unisex, right in the middle. Ooh, this one, you guys, smells like apple brandy. There is apple brandy in this fragrance as a fragrance note, but there are other fragrance notes too, really juicy fruity notes like pineapple. That pineapple really did the trick in this fragrance, I think, you guys, with that apple brandy. That juiciness of that pineapple really works well with that apple brandy that's in here. This is also sort of similar to Angel's Share, but not as dense as Angel's Share. Angel's Share is a little bit more spicy, a little bit more dense, a little bit, a little thicker because of that praline note and everything that's in that fragrance, whereas this one is lighter, a little bit more juicy. And this also is a great boozy fragrance, of course, with that apple brandy. Delicious boozy fragrance, you guys. It's also warm, spicy, but not as much as Angel's Share. It's very woody, it's fruity. That fruitiness in here is what's so delicious with the other fragrance notes. It's what makes it very kind of like light and refreshing almost for a fall fragrance especially. It's very sweet, it's got rum, it's ambery, it's aromatic, it's got vanilla, a little bit musk, in here. There's cardamom in the opening with bergamot, so it's a different kind of warm spicy than Angel's Share. There's apple brandy in here. There might actually be apple too in here, but the noticeable fruity note is pineapple. But pineapple doesn't smell exactly like pineapple like you get in other fragrances like Cadal Lamar or anything. You don't smell a strong pineapple, but the pineapple is really juicy and is there complementing the apple brandy. And I think there might be a little bit of apple in here too. It's mainly like that apple brandy, the rum, and the pineapple that I smell the most, with that light hint of warm spicy in the opening with that refreshing bergamot. Another thing that lightens this fragrance up a little bit is the ambroxan in the base. As you guys know, ambroxan is the synthetic version of ambergris, which is a kind of a marine, has a marine quality, it kind of gives it like a freshness a little bit. And then there is cedar in the base as well for a woody note. I love this fragrance, you guys. I look forward to wearing it this fall season. This is Kilian Apple Brandy on the Rocks. Next one is a fall favorite this year for me, you guys. I couldn't wait to wear this fragrance so badly that I actually already started wearing it the moment I received it, which is right before, fall started, right, in the beginning of September. I couldn't wait, you guys. This is perfect for fall. However, this is a gorgeous oriental rose oud fragrance. This is none other than Maison Francis Courtion Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum, you guys. Oh my gosh. This one is the extrait version. Oh, so good. This is one of the most beautiful rose oud scents in the world, bar none. Ah, so beautiful. It's the rose and oud that you smell the most right away. It's such a gorgeous one. It's such a dark, look at that, even the juice is dark. It's such a dark, sort of a little bit like a Black Widow kind of femme fatale type fragrance, you guys. Something very sexy about it, like in a very kind of mysterious way, like it's a mysterious rose oud, it gives you that mysterious vibes. You wear this and people smell your scent trail and they're like, who is she? That mysterious woman kind of fragrance. It's also beautifully sweet from that massive dose of vanilla that's in here with that rose and oud, which is a great combination if you ask me. The composition is to die for, you guys. And it's also a very kind of sophisticated rose oud from that slight hint of powdery from the violet that's in here, you know, that kind of really balances this fragrance. Without the violet powdery that came from the powderiness that came from the violet, this probably wouldn't have been the same. It adds that sophistication to this fragrance. It's slightly powdery, it's violet type fragrance. On top of that, rose and oud combination and the massive dose of vanilla. It's also balsamic and slightly spicy. So this has like several rose notes, like there's Bulgarian rose, which is one of the most expensive rose oils in the world. There's Turkish rose, which is so stunning. And there's violet adding that beautiful powdery touch. There's a massive dose of vanilla, of course. And then there's that gorgeous oud that's in here. You guys, it's such a gorgeous fragrance composition. By the way, if you want to buy this fragrance, you guys, I have a discount code for you for Twisted Lily. Twisted Lily is one of the best niche fragrance retailers, you guys. I have a discount code for you if you want to use it to buy this beautiful fragrance. I'll put that information down in the description box. By the way, also you can use that discount to buy Xerjoff fragrances as well, and many other niche fragrances that your heart desires. Twisted Lily has very like hard to find amazing niche fragrances. Check them out, you guys. Anyway, I love this fragrance. It's one of my fall favorites this year. This is Maison Francisco John Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. Next one is also a kind of a boozy fragrance that I adore from a fragrance house that has existed for decades, you guys. This is a very prestigious niche fragrance house. Fragrances from this fragrance house were signature scents of very prominent figures in history like JFK, Hemingway, Audrey Hepburn. So it's a very reputed, very long-standing fragrance house that's very prestigious. And there's a fragrance from this fragrance house that I just absolutely love. It's so addicting, it's so boozy, it's gorgeous. It's got patchouli in it, but a gorgeous patchouli. It's a lovely patchouli. Yes, you guessed it. It's Lovely Patchouli Night by Krigler. Oh, you guys, this is the night version. So there's Lovely Patchouli 55 and then there's Lovely Patchouli 55 Night. It's a intense one, so it's above the 30% oil concentration. So it's a high oil concentration in this fragrance. Oh, this is so beautiful, you guys. It's a gorgeous, beautiful, almost gourmet smelling boozy fragrance. There's a big dose of patchouli in here, but it's not a dirty patchouli. It's not a super earthy patchouli. It's a lovely patchouli. Seriously, I wonder if that's why they named it that, because this is such a lovely patchouli fragrance, you guys. It's a very much a patchouli, woody, ambery, powdery fragrance. As you can see, it's a very ambery juice. There's a big dose of vanilla. It is so balsamic. It's very balsamic, and it is slightly earthy. Of course, there's patchouli in it, so it's slightly earthy, but not super overly earthy. This fragrance has a boozy note in here, you guys, that they have not revealed. I am 95% sure that there's a boozy note in here that they haven't revealed. Something like cognac. I'm thinking a more refined type of booze note. There is a big dose of amber in here. There's patchouli, of course. There's sandalwood. There's bergamot. There's a big dose of vanilla, and there's a little bit of musk. But yeah, there's got to be a boozy note in here because it smells very kind of a gourmet in a boozy way, you know. And there has to be a gourmet note in here that they haven't revealed as well. Not praline, but something. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, it is a beautiful fragrance, you guys, and you will stand out wearing this because not many people will wear this. I will promise you that. It is a super expensive fragrance, I'll tell you that much. You'll be one in thousands of people who wear this fragrance. This is Krigler Lovely Patchouli 55 Night. The next fragrance is a fragrance that I really think is delicious and beautiful and perfect for fall. This is Passion de l'Amour by House of Sillage. Oh, you guys. Ooh. This one. This one is a beautiful fall fragrance. This has kind of a gourmet hint to it. It's kind of fruity, it's woody, it's very much vanilla kind of fragrance. There's oud in here. Unmistakably, you can smell the oud. It smells oriental from the oud. It's got woody notes. There's patchouli. It's very balsamic. It's slightly earthy. So this has saffron, bergamot. There's raspberry for a fruity note. There's amorous. It's like a balsamic note. It's a piney kind of balsamic note. There's a big dose of vanilla, patchouli. And then there's Latrice, which has kind of honey kind of vibes to it. Yeah, it's a gorgeous fragrance. It's very oriental. It's one of the best ones House of Sillage has to offer. This is Passion de l'Amour by House of Sillage. Next, I have a delicious gourmand that is loved by many. This is from the House of Xerjoff. It is none other than Xerjoff Lira. This one, as you guys know, is a very caramelly gourmand fragrance. This is delicious. This is kind of like a lemon custard dessert, the way this fragrance smells. Now, this one is something you can wear in other seasons, but to me, a gourmand like this, you need to do it justice and wear it in fall when it can perform the best, and it will perform the best. Gourmand fragrances really shine in the fall, you guys. So this is, like I said, a very caramelly, vanilla, citrusy, sweet, spicy fragrance. There's this gorgeous blood orange note in the opening, you guys. Oh, to die for. With that blood orange in the opening, meshing with that as the fragrance dries down with that caramel. To die for. Every time a citrus note like blood orange, which smells delicious, cuts through that sweetness, it's so good. There's bergamot, there's lavender, there's cinnamon, there's licorice, there's jasmine in this fragrance. There's, of course, that massive dose of caramel with a big dose of vanilla in the base, and it has a little bit of musk as well. This is such a stunning fragrance, you guys. Very much like a dessert. It smells like a delicious lemon vanilla custard dessert, you know. This is Xerjoff Lira. Next, I have one of the greatest gourmands of our time, you guys. This is a super unique gourmand. I can tell you there's nothing like this in my collection or anywhere that I've ever smelled. This one is quite special. It's a super sweet fragrance as well. This is Xerjoff Italica. You guys, this fall, I can't wait to rock this. This is the most delicious gourmand, you guys. This smells like, really, I keep saying this, this smells like a delicious almond biscotti dipped in milk, sprayed with a little musk, because there's musk in here as well. It really smells like a amazing, very aromatic, like sugar cookie, almond biscotti. There's almond in here, so I'd say more like an almond biscotti dipped in milk. There's a gorgeous lactonic accord in here from that milk in this fragrance. Ooh, it's kind of caramelly-ish from that toffee note that's in here. It's so yummy. This is one of the most yummy fragrances out there, you guys. This is actually like a date night type fragrance, but at the same time, it's also comforting, you guys. It's like a really kind of cozy fragrance as well. Again, super sweet, kind of milky gourmand, you guys. It's very sweet, almondy, vanilla, woody, powdery, a little bit spicy, very kind of caramelly, nutty, fruity scent, you guys. It opens with almond and milk and saffron. Oh, the milk with that almond, so good. Seriously, with the toffee in the middle and the vanilla in the base, makes it smell like a sugar cookie or almond biscotti dipped in milk. So in the middle, you get that beautiful toffee note with that massive dose of vanilla. In the base, you get sandalwood, cedar, and musk. You guys, this is a delicious, unique masterpiece kind of fragrance. Really, I am so glad. Look at the bottle, by the way. I mean, how gorgeous is that bottle with that metallic red? Oh, I love red, and that metallic red. I actually have a metallic lipstick that color. Date night, wearing that metallic lipstick. Wear this fall nights. Yes, baby, I'm ready. This is Xerjoff Italica. Next, I have another delicious gourmand beauty from Xerjoff. This one is actually even more perfect in my eyes for winter because of the holiday season, you guys. Because this fragrance reminds me of the holidays for some reason. Maybe the cinnamon in there with the other notes. Yeah, this smells like a Christmas candle to me sometimes, you know. This is Xerjoff Bouquet Ideal, you guys. Oh my goodness. This one's good. This is perfect for fall and winter both, if you ask me. It's a woody, vanilla, spicy, cinnamony, balsamic, sweet, aromatic type fragrance, you guys. There are some white florals in here as well. It opens with nutmeg and cinnamon. Ooh, so good. That soft spice nutmeg with the warm spice cinnamon. So good. There's a bunch of gorgeous woody notes in the middle. Guaiac wood, sandalwood, and cedar in the middle. It's, I think, also got papyrus. And in the base, you have that gorgeous big dose of vanilla with the coumarin. There's labdanum with the slight leathery touch. There's tobacco blossom and there's musk. So yeah, this one to me, you guys, smells very much like the holidays. For whatever reason, I like to wear this in the winter more than fall, but I do pull it out in the fall season. This is Bouquet Ideal by Xerjoff. Next, I have another Oriental Oud beauty. This is the latest release from the house of Kayali. You know which one I'm talking about. This is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23, you guys. This one to me smells quite similar to Kilian Angel's Share here, without the oud. Of course, this one doesn't have oud, but this one does. So this one is a little bit more oriental smelling than that one, but this smells boozy as well. This has got a boozy note in here. This also resembles the Dior new release from the Privé collection, Vanilla Diorama. Yeah, so they kind of have some things in common, but this especially smells very similar to Kilian Angel's Share, because when I first received this and I smelled it, I'm like, what does this smell like? I have something that smells exactly like this. And then I realized, and I ran into my room, I grabbed Kilian Angel's Share. Yep, it smelled very similar. Of course, this one has oud, which Angel's Share doesn't have. This has tobacco in it too, which is also different from Angel's Share, but the core of this fragrance smells very much like Angel's Share. This also has cinnamon, for example. Angel's Share also has cinnamon. This is a very sweet, ambery, super ambery, tobacco, warm, spicy. This also apparently has cherry, so there's that cherry accord in here as well. It's also slightly nutty. It's got vanilla in it and it's slightly powdery. This opens with cherry, tobacco, honey, hazelnut, notes like that. That tobacco kind of adds an interesting touch to the opening of this fragrance, mixed in with that cherry. You know, the cherry accord, however, in here is not very prominent. It's very, very subtle, but you can smell the oud, you can smell the amberiness, you can smell the vanilla, the spiciness from cinnamon. The common notes that this one and Kilian Angel's Share have, that's what you smell the most, you know. This has that gorgeous Ceylon cinnamon. As you know, Ceylon cinnamon is the top quality, high quality cinnamon in the world. Comes from Sri Lanka. There's Meros and Damascus, a couple of types, 2 or 3 types of roses in here. There's a lot of vanilla in here from the vanilla and benzoin, so benzoin smells like vanilla too. There's of course that gorgeous oud that's in here. There's Nagamotha, or what do you call it, the other name, cypress oil. Yeah, that's in here as well, giving it a slight kind of an herbally vibe, you know. And then there's patchouli, there's sandalwood, there's musk. Did I say a massive dose of amber? Yeah, all that's in the base. This is such an oriental, beautiful, deep, dark, ambery, vanilla, tobacco, oud fragrance for the fall, you guys. I can't think of a better time in the year to wear this. I would not say by any means this is a all year round fragrance at all, but not even in winter. It's a very much a fall fragrance. It's kind of a limited time frame that you have for this fragrance. This one is also very, very unisex. Men and women can both wear this. And this is also the first fragrance with oud that Kayali produced. So yeah, this is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. I have another one from Kayali. This is also definitely a fall fragrance to me. You could wear this one at nighttime in the other seasons. Like I would say if you were to wear this late summer as it's getting cooler, maybe at nighttime. But this is again a fragrance that would work better in the fall season. I would say this is a nighttime fragrance even in the fall. This is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. You guys, this one has that beautiful pink pepper in the opening, which kind of is a very bright, spicy note that gives you like sort of happy kind of vibes, you know, thoughts. This smells like it has oud. Apparently it doesn't, but it has that oriental vibe that sort of oud gives out, you know. This is a very rose dominant fragrance, you guys. It smells like a Middle Eastern princess. It's very much like a rose dominant fragrance. Like I said, it has woody notes. It's got spicy notes in here, warm and soft spicy notes. It's kind of ambery. It's got patchouli. It's slightly sweet. It's got a tiny hint of musk, but it's almost unnoticeable, the musk in here. Yeah, so it opens with pink pepper, saffron, there's lily, and there's bergamot. This has Bulgarian rose and May rose, and it has magnolia and vanilla orchid. It's got sandalwood, it's got amber, it's got patchouli and musk in the base, but the musk is very faint. You can't even smell the musk very much. It's the sandalwood and the amber you smell the most in the dry down. This is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So next I have another fragrance that I do not dare wear any other time of the year. I don't dare touch it any other time of the year. You have to wear this one in the fall season, you guys. I wouldn't even say winter. It's definitely a fall fragrance. It's very strong, in your face type of fragrance, and it's very unisex. I would say leaning masculine. It's a delicious gourmand. This is none other than Kilian Black Phantom. You guys, this guy, this one is like an acquired taste to some people, I would say. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first. When I first got this fragrance, I wasn't really sure how I felt about this fragrance. But as time went on and I just sprayed it a few times, I grew to like it. This kind of grew on me, one of those fragrances that grew on me. Definitely not a love at first sniff, but there's something very special about this fragrance. This has got really dark gourmand fragrance notes, like dark chocolate. There's honey in it, and those two mixed, it produces this really like very thick kind of gourmand smell. It almost smells a little smoky to my nose. So this has like really dark gourmand fragrance notes. It's kind of boozy as well, you guys. This has got dark chocolate in here, and you can smell the dark chocolate and with the booze, you know, that's in here. And this has got caramel in it, which makes it really thick, sort of. It's a very thick gourmand fragrance with the dark chocolate, with the caramel. It's super thick, very dense. This is a super sweet fragrance, you guys. There's like literally sugar in here. This has dark chocolate, this has coffee, this has caramel, there's rum for a boozy note. That's the booziness that you smell in here. Yes, there's heliotrope, adding that powdery touch to it. There's literally sugar in here. There's almond, there's sandalwood. It's a crazy fragrance composition, you guys. It smells like a very deep, dark gourmand. It's a very kind of dense gourmand, you know, it's super sweet. This is Kilian Black Phantom. So next I have 3 fragrances that are technically designer fragrances, but they're super expensive and super high quality. They are niche prices and niche quality that I thought I would bundle them up with my niche fall lineup, instead of putting them with the designer ones. I had a lot of designer ones, 20 fragrances that I talked about. Like I said, I will link it up here down in the description box. And yeah, these are definitely niche quality, you guys. So I didn't feel like I should put them with the designer fragrances. It's of course from Christian Louboutin, you guys, from the Loubirouge collection. The first one I have here is Loubirouge. Oh, you guys, I could not wait for fall to arrive to wear this fragrance, because whew, this one is so good. And also, by the way, I do wear this even like late summer. I wear it out. It's a very much a sort of, you know, date night, going out, like night out kind of fragrance. This smells super luxurious. So if I were to tell you one thing about this fragrance, you guys, it smells very fashionable and very expensive. There is a gorgeous leather accord in this fragrance. There's a suede note that gives out that leather accord that's in here. It gives it a very sophisticated, expensive touch. The leather accord, the suede, I mean. It's so smells so expensive, so sophisticated, so sexy, and very much like a date night go out type of fragrance. It's that leather that makes it super expensive smelling. This is a very leather, woody, musky, sort of soft, spicy, powdery fragrance, you guys. There are only 3 notes that Christian Louboutin revealed on this fragrance, but I know the fragrance composition is a lot more complicated than that. They don't reveal all the fragrance notes, you know. So the only ones they revealed is the pink pepper note in the opening, the suede in the middle, and the cedar in the base. That suede is what makes this fragrance, you guys. It makes it smell so expensive. I used to not be a huge fan of leather before I understood leather, you know. Leather in fragrances really make them smell expensive, really. So I've grown to really love leather. I think leather fragrances are amazing for the fall season as well. So good, you guys. This is one of my favorite leather fragrances. This is unisex also, but I would say on a woman this would smell super sexy than a man, I think. Yeah, this is Christian Louboutin Loubiraj. So next I have the Tonka Bean King from the same collection of Christian Louboutin from the Loubi World collection. This is Loubicrown by Christian Louboutin. You guys, this is the Tonka Bean fragrance in the Loubi World collection. This has a beautiful deep tonka bean in here. Oh, to die for. It's a very woody, patchouli, vanilla, earthy type fragrance, you guys. Oh, that big dose of tonka bean gives that gorgeous vanilla accord, you know. So this has, again, 3 notes that they've revealed. There's tonka bean, patchouli, and cedar. Of course, there's a lot more than that. The note that's giving the vanilla accord isn't just tonka bean, but I think also there's a vanilla note in here as well. And of course, there are other notes that they have not revealed. It's slightly earthy from the patchouli. Yeah, this is very much a woody, sort of vanilla, patchouli, earthy type fragrance. This is Loubicrown by Louboutin. So the next one is also from Louboutin, Loubi World collection, you guys. This fragrance you can wear nighttime in the summer, late summer maybe, when it's getting cooler. But it would be a better fragrance for fall time, if you ask me. This is a very much a favorite from the Loubi World collection. This is Loubirouge by Louboutin. You guys, this one is that iris, you know, the iris in here is stunning. There's iris, there's vanilla. This was inspired by cabarets in Paris, you guys. I can see that. This reminds me of like the 1920s cabarets in Paris, that kind of fragrance. This has a gorgeous cardamom note in here that adds that beautiful spicy touch to it. There's that iris, there's that massive dose of vanilla. Very much a powdery type fragrance. Yeah, it's warm, spicy, iris, violet, vanilla, powdery, aromatic, slightly earthy fragrance. Like I said, the only 3 notes they have revealed are cardamom in the opening, iris in the middle, and vanilla in the base. But I know there are a lot more fragrance notes in here than what they have revealed. It's got a slight hint of booziness too, I feel like. Yeah, there's something boozy about this fragrance. That cardamom, I used to think that cardamom gave it a slight, you know, it mixed in with the other notes, some boozy hints, but it's not the cardamom, you guys. It's the cardamom mixed with that, whatever that is, boozy note that's in here. I feel like, let me see, it smells like a cognac type boozy note that's in here. Yeah, it's gorgeous. This is Christian Louboutin Loubirouge. Next, I have a couple of fragrances from Mancera. These are 2 beasts, you guys. I mean, I do not dare touch these in any other time of the year. They will kill people. I mean, they are strong. They'll take people's noses out. I'm telling you, they're dangerous to wear any other time of the year, and they are perfect for the fall season. The first one is Mancera Wild Cherry. Look at that. She's wild, you know. This one is actually very much a unisex fragrance. This is like a twist up. It's like an older Mancera, oh, so strong. Like you can't bring it any closer than that to the nose. It's super strong, you guys. This is a very powdery cherry fragrance. The powdery and the cherry are like 50-50 in this fragrance, very much like competing with each other shoulder to shoulder. I never thought powdery, that strong of a powdery presence would go with cherry that well, but it works, you know. It's a very strong cherry fragrance. This is not for the faint at heart at all. This one is a strong fragrance, you guys. You should be one who loves cherry, and you should be one who loves powdery, and you should be one who appreciates strong in your face fragrances to love this one. Not a safe blind buy. Do not run out and buy this. Like I said in my designer version of this video, you guys, my designer fall fragrance choices. In that video, I said that I love wearing fragrances with cherry accord in it in the fall and winter. I actually have a particular type of category of fragrances that I like to wear in winter only. But this is one type, like cherry fragrances, I like to wear in fall and winter. Works for both seasons. This is a very cherry dominant fragrance. It's very powdery, it's iris, it's got a massive dose of vanilla, it's super sweet. It's got citrusy notes in here that sort of compete with the powdery and the cherry. It's earthy, it's woody, it's musky. It opens with cherry and a bunch of citrus notes, like right away you can smell the cherry and citrus together. It's got huge massive powdery notes like orris and heliotrope, which makes it super powdery. It's got white florals like jasmine, it's got patchouli, a heavy dose of patchouli, like patchouli is in the middle. It's super strong. There's a big dose of vanilla in the base, and then there's some musk. It's, like I said, not for the faint at heart, you guys. This thing will kill you if you are not someone who appreciates a strong fragrance, and you will be noticed, like people will smell this on you. This one is a beast. This is Monstera Wild Cherry. The other beast from Mancera is in my hand. It's a rose dominant fragrance. This is Mancera Roses Greedy. Again, oh, this one can give you a massive headache if you wear it any other time than fall. It's a super strong fragrance. You know, Manceras tend to have that synthetic vibes too, so it's a very much a rose dominant fragrance that smells a little synthetic. It's beautiful, guys, don't get me wrong. I mean, I wouldn't be talking about this if I didn't like them. It's just that I'm warning people out there who are sensitive to certain notes and get headaches from fragrances. Do not overspray this one and Wild Cherry. Yeah, this is a beautiful rose fragrance though, you guys. It smells so beautiful, and if you are someone who loves strong fragrances, you will adore this. It's very sweet, rose, fruity, sort of floral, vanilla, white floral, powdery, ambery, slightly spicy fragrance, very slightly though. This is some juicy fruity notes like blackcurrant in the opening, which I love, and I'm glad there's blackcurrant in it because it keeps this fragrance from being too overly thick and too strong. There's actually apparently coconut in here, but I don't smell any coconut whatsoever. I gotta be honest, I was surprised to find out this even had coconut. I don't smell any coconut whatsoever. And apparently there's pink pepper in here, which I also don't really smell. But I smell a bouquet of flowers led by rose. Rose is the biggest floral note I'm getting in here, but I'm getting a lot of other florals and white florals. There's a massive dose of vanilla in the base. It's mainly rose and vanilla that you smell in this fragrance. So there's vanilla and benzoin in the base, so it's like double vanilla. There's musk in the base, there's amber in the base. This is Mancera Roses Greedy. So next I have another Keali fragrance, which I think works so much better in fall season, but you can wear this at nighttime in other seasons as well. This one is another one that smells like a rose oud fragrance, although there may not be any oud in this fragrance, but it has that oriental vibes. It's a rose dominant fragrance. This is Kayle Elixir 11. This one, you guys, is great for layering. I love to layer this with Kayali Vanilla 28. Oh, they're a match made in heaven. So this has this like red apple note in the opening, which is kind of like juicy. This has like several kinds of rose in here. I know there's May rose in here. This also has jasmine, sambac. It has a big dose of patchouli. There's amber and there's vanilla in this fragrance. Yeah, it's kind of one of those like dark sort of rose fragrances, you know. Again, a great one for layering, and I think it's perfect for the fall season. This is Keali Elixir 11. So next I have a new addition to my collection. This is a niche fragrance house that I just started exploring, and this is my first fragrance from this house, and it's super weird and super unique. And I will warn you, this is not for everybody, not a safe blind buy. This is Wesker Deviant. You guys, this one is so unique because it's a gourmand with a lipstick note in here. You guys, it's the craziest thing. You can smell it like from over here. It's quite this is an extrait de parfum, high oil concentration. It's super strong, and this has quite a large scent bubble. This is a very fruity, sweet, rose, powdery fragrance, you guys. Very sweet, super sweet fragrance. This opens with a bunch of fruity notes, juicy fruity notes like raspberry, grapes, and there's amazing florals like ylang ylang in this, you guys. There's like citruses like grapefruit. This has a juicy blackcurrant note that lightens it up a little bit because it's a very thick, dense fragrance actually. It's super sweet too. It has a big, massive dose of caramel. It's in the middle actually, so it's really thick from the caramel. This has a huge dose of rose. There's powderiness from the orris. In the base you get that lipstick note, you guys. It actually smells like lipstick. You can smell the lipstick in here. And there's leather. Of course, leather makes fragrances smell sort of, you know, sexy, expensive. This also has oud, you guys, and tobacco and vanilla in the base. Like that tobacco makes it sort of interesting, you know, like it's quite the twist. And oud adds that sort of oriental vibes. The vanilla it's a massive dose of vanilla with that caramel. It's a super sweet fragrance. So it's really odd. You see what I mean? Like with all these heavy, thick gourmand notes in here, that lipstick note, it's really weird. It's a weird fragrance, but in a good way to me anyway. It's very sweet gourmand with like a sexy touch from that lipstick note, you know. It's not for everybody. Some people might hate this. Definitely a deviant, you know, different type of fragrance. Yeah, this is Wesker Deviant. So you guys, that's it. Those are my amazing niche fragrances that I'm going to wear this fall. I could not wait for fall to come around to wear these fragrances, you guys. That's the thing, one of the things that I love about fall. All these great, you know, high performing beast of fragrances you can wear in the fall season, and these strong fragrance notes like oud and amazing, you know, oriental notes and heavy gourmand notes you can wear in the fall time. By the way, you guys, I saved all my vanillas for a different video, so I'm going to do a fall vanilla fragrance video next. Stay tuned for that one. If you notice, I didn't include any of the, you know, super vanilla fragrances in this video or the designer one, so I'll be doing a separate one for that. Stay tuned for that. Please let me know what you're wearing this fall. I would love to know, you guys. Chime down in the comments section. I love to hear from you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm so close to 5,000 subscribers, you guys. Please help me get there. Take a second to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, you guys. I announce everything there first, post everything there first before I even talk about anything on YouTube. I will see you guys in my next video.